This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening. Welcome to Headlines Now with me, Evelyn Matthew. A happy new year to all of you. Now, the maids, the flower vendors, the milkmen who mark the start of our day every single day are today unwanted citizens of Chennai, dismembered by the state government and looked on as nothing short of enemies by their own panchayats in their areas. While the Prime Minister's visit to the state has got the entire machinery running around and giving the city a fresh coat of paint, the lesser privileged in Kannagi Nagar can barely rest in peace. Development activist Narayanan calls this zone of Singara Chennai a disaster project, a haven of mafia clubs and a place where there is no inch of honor left for the residents. He joins me on the show tonight and we bring you that special discussion in just a short while from now. But first, a quick scan of the top stories in the state tonight. The MDMK chief begins the year on an attacking note, says the DMK Congress combined will be toppled off their throne.
We have taken a decision to overthrow the Congress DMK campaign. We are very strong. We are strongly committed to that.
The ban on swimming today doesn't stop a group of teenagers from taking a dip. One dies of drowning. Ndtv-Hindu digs out shocking truths from the city's graveyards. There's no resting in peace watching this report. Make your resolutions for the year with us on Ndtv-Hindu and hear out the top cop's wish and vision for the city.
I would say friendly Chennai police and a safe Chennai.
It's the 2010 deja vu for Rohan Bopanna. A tough draw. The Indian ace placed Stanislas Wawrinka in the first round of the Chennai Open. Ahead of the tournament, the Indo-Pak Express lets us into his success mantra with his partner in crime.
I thought I had more fans here than in Pakistan. So yeah, it's always great to be here.
And the city sets a tune and celebrations heralding the new year with a band. Let's also take a look at the rest of the day's news nationally. CBI's closure report names Arushi's father as the only suspect but admits there was no clear motive or evidence. Alpha's chief has been released in a move by the Assam government to bring peace to the region. A car bomb blast outside a church kills at least 21 people in the Egyptian city of Alexandria. And the logo for the 2016 Olympic Games is unveiled in a glittering ceremony in the Brazilian city. Well, right on the first day of the year, the MDMK chief Vaiko is ready with his gun barrel of charges, firing salvos and asking the citizens of the state to gear up for a regime change for the better. He slammed the law and order situation in the state, calling the people of Tamil Nadu to defeat the Congress DMK combined. But the fact that he has mentioned the Congress here is interesting, considering the fact that the leader of his current alliance, Ms. J. Jayalalitha, has been hinting at a Congress tie-up for a while now.
Alliance is decided by the High Command of Anna DMK. When who is going to join the alliance, who is going to be the partner, that will be decided when the talks takes place. So, why do you, when the occasion comes, when the alliance takes place, at that time, see, we have taken a decision to overthrow the Congress DMK campaign. We are very strong. We are strongly committed to that. That's all.
But with Jayalalitha already making it obvious that there are plenty of talks going on with several parties and experts indicating that the Congress too could be one of them, the MDMK leader has left the final call on the alliance to Amma. Here's what he had to say in a reply to a question to call in other parties.
I respect PMK. I respect DMDK, that is all. But the alliance is to be decided by Madam Jayalalitha.
Now, the former telecom minister A. Raja proved to be quite the showstopper this past year with his infamous scam that has also spilt over in 2011 as well. Also on his agenda today, the MDMK chief, Mr. Vaiko, has aimed at closing the Raja chapter once and for all. He has slammed the 2G scam and has called it monstrous, saying that it has shaken the Indian democracy. He has raised the questioning of corporate lobbyist Neera Radia and Raja at the headquarters by the CBI, saying the body was being selective in justice. Vaiko is now demanding for a special investigation team to be appointed by the Supreme Court if there are suspicions raised with the CBI's handling of the 2G spectrum's case.
The Apex Court itself should continuously monitor the investigation to be made by a special investigation team appointed by the Supreme Court.
Now, if statues have been erected for Mayawati in Uttar Pradesh, the building politics may just have begun here in Tamil Nadu. A prayer hall has been built by an AIADMK office bearer in the suburban area of Manapakkam for his party supremo, Jai Jayalalitha. This hall will invite people of all religions to pray for the AIADMK chief's well-being, something she will need for the upcoming polls. The functionary behind this venture believes MGR was saved by the prayers and masses offered way back in 1984 when he was seriously ill. The great comeback by MGR had been the inspiration for this time and hopes it will do the same for the current leader as well. Now, while the men in khaki have been on rounds and shifts to make sure that the New Year celebrations in the state and the city go incident-free, a group of youngsters wanted to break the rules and paid the price. Despite the swimming ban at the marina today, a teenager along with his friends wanted to beat the heat with a dip, and that cost him his life. The boy drowned in the sea and his body was washed away near the shore. The police has now sent the body for a post-mortem. Well, the year that's gone by has been quite a year for the UPA government, marked with the biggest of biggest controversies and scandals, right from the Commonwealth Games scam to the 2G spectrum and the other society. It was quite a difficult year to digest for the centre. If that wasn't enough, the government also had a hard time tackling rising food prices, with the man on top, the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, facing personal attacks from the opposition over alleged corruption in his government. But in a rather unusual move, Dr. Singh greeted the country for this New Year's, he has said, while wishing the citizens, and I quote, "It's an occasion to take stock of the year gone by and the challenges that lie ahead. Let us make a new beginning to the year and dispel the air of despondency and cynicism. We need to believe in the resilience of our democracy and its capacity to deal with infirmities and shortcomings through course correction. I want to assure all our citizens that my government and I will work with renewed resolve for the welfare of our people to redouble our efforts to deal effectively and credibly with the challenges of inflation, cleansing our governing processes, national security, and making a delivery system work for the armed army," unquote. Well, some strains of disappointment with the year gone by, but hoping that 2011 will be a year to get his government's act together. Now, to tackle the shortfall of onions in the country, which has led to a huge surge of the prices, the Commerce Ministry had ordered onion imports from Pakistan. The first lot of imports is expected in Delhi by the 7th of this month. The vegetables will be distributed through government-controlled straight trading corporations and the mother dairy outlets. Well, moving to the top national story today, NDTV has accessed the CBI's closure report on the Arushi Hemraj double murder case. While it clearly names Arushi's father, Rajesh Talwar, as the only suspect, it admits to not being able to find a clear motive. In fact, the report begins by mentioning details of how Arushi's parents gave her a surprise gift just hours before the murder.
The CBI's closure report has finally been presented here at the Ghaziabad court at the district magistrate's office. The report which is there here with us mentions the exact sequence of events which the CBI has been able to piece together through the evidence that they have collected and also through the statements of the several witnesses which have been listed over here. A total of around 67 witnesses that they have listed here and the sequence of events that they have mentioned, and also they have pointed out the roles that had been played by the suspects, the main suspects being, of course, the parents and the servants who had in fact been questioned in regarding to this case. Now, what the CBI's report seems to indicate is that there was only one accused, that was Dr. Rajesh Talwar. It clearly points out at several instances during the report that it was mainly the parents who could have been capable of doing certain actions related to the sequence of events and the investigation. For instance, dressing up the scene of crime, which the CBI is saying that the scene of crime after that the investigators had reached there seemed to have been arranged a bit, and also the fact that the injury marks on the bodies of both the victims seem to have come from a murder weapon, a golf club, supposedly, allegedly the golf club which was owned by Dr. Rajesh Talwar, and the precision of the cuts made the wounds which the victim suffered also seem to have come from a surgical equipment which could have again been used by the parents, who are both doctors. But at the same time, there also seems to be a sort of confusion on the part of the investigators, where they are listing over here in the course of the events which are led up to the murder of the 14-year-old girl, where they say that the Arushi had in fact been gifted a camera on the very same night during which the incident had happened by the parents, and she had taken photos of herself and her parents. It seems to portray a picture of a very happy and put together family.
Well, that case just bringing up more and more questions by the day. Now, still ahead on the bulletin, it's nothing short of a horror movie. The Dead in the City resurfaced to give you and I the creeps. Watch our special witness story that's up in a moment.